Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelsey. I'm a graphic designer and I love talking all about branding, design tips, and my lifestyle around that. So today I'm going to share with you different branding tips if you're starting a small business. This is great for anyone that's doing business around a personal brand, like through content creation, or it could be someone that's starting a pottery business I've done small business branding for, or a clothing line, or marketing materials, things like that. So today I'm going to share 5 tips and I hope it helps you get started. Just a little overview with branding is that there's so many things that go into it beyond just the look and feel of the brand. It really goes into a foundation that is set, and this is all backed into your reasoning behind creating this company and who you're targeting and things like that. So I'm going to touch on a mixture of that and then also the look and feel throughout these different tips. Laying this strong brand foundation really helps establish a beautiful brand that your audience can resonate with, and this will help you be successful for your future with your small business. So of course there are surface level things that will go into this, and then there are things that go under the surface as well. So let's get into these 5 tips. My very first tip is all about establishing your why. This is so important because your audience will really resonate with your why beyond it. It doesn't have to be something that you scream across everything with your branding, but it does need to be something that is driving you for your business. This is because people are fueled by emotions and they really want that connection with a brand. Now more than ever, people are looking for reasons that people have a sustainability focus, or maybe they have a women-owned focus, or they have a family-oriented background. So there are so many different ways that you can go about this, but you need to really look at that why. We need to think too about how it's going beyond just making money, because of course every business's goal is to make money, but we're also providing a solution to many different people's problems, or we're providing a different perspective, or we're really hitting a specific area that is driving us to start the small business. I think too, as more and more people become more comfortable with starting a small business and it becomes more accessible, there's so much more of an opportunity with having a great focus and having a great niche as well. So beyond establishing your why, my tip number 2 is having an idea of your consumer, of your audience, and developing a persona of this. One way I go about this, and I also recommend for people to do, is for establishing your ideal person and having a few different profiles that match that. So this could be something where you create these on your own. It could just be literally something you type out onto a Google Doc or in your Notes app, or anywhere you really find that fits you. But basically this helps to identify what your person is thinking, what your consumer is thinking, and it really gets you into the headspace of that consumer. So when I'm thinking of my target audience, I'm looking at what things they like to do, what their age groups are, where they live, how they live their life. Do they have kids? Are they married? What kind of status are they at? What they like, what other areas they shop, and what their general patterns are as a consumer. By establishing this ideal persona and this ideal audience, you'll be able to, again, think as how they are thinking and be able to start to see your brand through their eyes. Your brand should really make your consumer feel a certain way when they look at your branding and they look at your different types of projects that you've created. My tip number 3 is to research your competitors and find an empty space. So in many different areas, there's of course going to be competitors. It's pretty rare that you're going to be in a field where you don't have any competitors. So it's a great idea to get acquainted with them and really just understand what they're offering, because you want to come with a unique perspective. I know in some areas this could be more challenging, but there are different opportunities to bring a unique perspective in whatever business you are portraying. So if you have a coffee shop, you could look at, maybe you have it coming from a female perspective, or you have it at a specific angle that really resonates with your audience. You also want to pay attention to what your competitors are looking like, because you don't want to have the exact same branding, of course, as someone else. You probably don't even want to use the same color scheme, the same type of branding approach as another competitor, because you don't want your consumers to be getting your brand confused with someone else. So this is why it's so important to be aware of other ones. This could be specific to your area, or it could be specific to a larger setting as well. Finding that empty space and finding that unique approach to your audience will really set you apart, and then it will also help your audience really identify you. If they are looking at anyone else's branding and then they see yours, they'll know that that branding belongs to you without having to have your logo on it or having to have your name on it. My tip number 4 is to invest in your branding. I may be a little biased here because I am a graphic designer and I help people professionally develop their small business branding, but I really think it is so important. This is because there are so many different things that go beyond just a logo when you're developing your brand. You really want to set that strong foundation like I mentioned earlier. Your designer should be able to help you with this, and they also should be aware of researching the consumers with this. Your designer also offers a customized look and feel to your brand. So if you are developing your logo from maybe a logo you purchased on Creative Market, or maybe it's something that you developed through a supporting website, it's really important to have a unique perspective again, and your designer will take in mind everything that has already been established from your why, who your consumers are, what your competitors look like, and then develop it into a look that is customized for you. Then of course, your branding is something that is going to last you for a long, long time. If it is done the right way from the beginning, then you can use it for many years to come, hopefully, and this will be something that will help your audience again resonate with you without you having a look that is similar to anyone else out there. There are so many different ways you can invest in your branding here. So you could work with a designer from finding someone that is freelance like I do, or you could work from finding someone that is at a studio. You could work at larger studio, of course, or you could find just someone through so many different platforms that can help you really get started with your branding. My 5th and final tip is to follow your branding and stay true to yourself. I have mentioned this a few times already, but your audience will resonate with how you look and how you feel, and so you want to follow what you've already established. So working with a designer, they should have given you a style guide that you can use throughout any type of branding project you have come up. So from your business cards to your social media templates to your website, you want everyone to have a cohesive feel, so then you have a general look that your audience is matching you with. Your audience will know this whether they realize it or not, but it is something that you will just get used to recognizing. It's with any strong brand that we already are aware of. We know what they look like, we know how they make us feel, and it really creates a strong presence for the brand. So along with people wanting that emotional connection with your why, people also want consistency and a general feel that they are responding to. So this is why having something that is already established and staying true to it and following that branding that you've developed is really important. This overall will help create stability with your client, and they will begin to develop trust in you. Okay, so that's my 5 tips for branding. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. I am always happy to help and respond. You can also shoot a message over to me on Instagram. And if you have any interest of working with me on a brand project, feel free to click the link below and submit an inquiry form I have on my website. Or again, you can just message me over on Instagram as well. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
I have been gone.